Sit down, shut your mouths,
and watch The Gift of Gabe. Yo, party peeps, what is up? It's your boy, the best Gabriel in the biz. The first episode of Dynamite on the road to Dynasty is officially in the books, and a lot of stuff went down, including an electric debut of a soon-to-be rising star here in AEW, an interesting business offer, and a sign that Darby is going to have to wait to get that World Championship run. Guys, forget about talking about what happened tonight. Let's just get into gabbing about it. First things first, let's talk about this International Championship Eliminator Tournament. There will be 2 matches. Both took place tonight. 2 more will take place on Saturday. To sum things up, Orange Cassidy, he won his match tonight. And a new debut, Speedball Mike Bailey, won in his debut tonight. Both will go on to a Fatal 4-Way, which with most likely Mark Briscoe and Ricochet for a Fatal 4-Way that will go down next week on Dynamite for the right to face Kenny Omega for the International Championship at Dynasty. Honestly, my picks are going down to either Ricochet or Speedball Mike Bailey. And either way, no matter what, I'm going to be seated at Dynasty, and y'all will be seated at home for an electric, awesome all-timer match for the International Championship with Kenny versus either one of those guys. But in terms of Speedball Mike Bailey, I have heard so much about him, like leading up to coming here to AEW. I've seen multiple of his TNA highlights, like in the X Division, and a lot of stuff he did, like over on TNA. I saw like highlights of his incredible matches against like Will Ospreay and Konosuke Takeshita. Like, I know Duke can go, but tonight was the big proving ground, and against the Beast Mortos, bro hit everything out of the park. In his first match, bro got over his shit. Speedball Mike Bailey is one of those guys that belongs here in AEW, and like that, he showed why. Dude is going to be such a star here, and again, the reason why they should make a second world title is for guys like Mike Bailey to start being shot up. He can win a singles title, like mid-card title, and then eventually even a world title, because bro is already showing that he is that guy here in AEW to just absolutely blow our freaking minds. So Speedball Mike Bailey, welcome to AEW. Great first match against the Beast Mortos. I can't wait to see what else you have to show here in AEW, and if they want to pull the trigger and be like, yo, screw it, let's just give Speedball versus Kenny Omega, I ain't gonna say no. I mean, that's a match I always would sit back and legitimately just say,
I mean, for God's sakes, I came!
Guys, I talked about an intriguing business offer that was laid on the table here on Dynamite tonight. One I did not have on my bingo card, and I'm sure you guys didn't have on yours. MJF possibly joining the Hurt Syndicate. Bro came out to basically be like, yo, Hangman, you and me, we are not done, which I ain't gonna complain about. If they want to run it back in Dynasty, I have no problem whatsoever. Maybe at a stiff, I don't know. Hangman said MJF won't commit arson. Fine, let's make it do like an Inferno match or some shit like that. I don't know. Get MJF violent. I don't know. But when MVP of the Hurt Syndicate's music hit, I think we all audibly were just like, whoa, 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 what? And they went a little bit of their history, and basically MVP offered a deal for MJF to potentially either join the Hurt Syndicate or just have MVP as his manager. Like, maybe this isn't a thing where MJF exactly joins the Hurt Syndicate, but maybe he just has MVP as his manager, which either way, I don't really mind. And I love the funny comparisons already of Sami Zayn in the Bloodline, you know, feeling Uzi and Owen Hart in the Nation. Shit like that's always worked before. Why not do it again? Hurt Syndicate is doing great. MJF is getting back to being, you know, great. Put them together. Let's effing go. That's a dangerous-ass trio right there. And go play around. Plus, it would create some funny dynamics because, you know, MJF, acting like MJF. And then Lashley and Shelton's being like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? We just hurt people. Shut the fuck up. Let's go hurt people. Yeah, let's go, guys. Yeah, let's go. It could accidentally turn MJF babyface again. Who freaking knows? But overall, it's not a bad idea. And when it comes to MVP, talking business, always about that little cachet too. And it's worked out great for MVP in terms of Shelton and Lashley. So MJF, you took the card. You're thinking about it. The wheels are turning in that little devilish brain of yours. The devil's always got to have a right-hand man, right? Got to always have a business partner. Maybe MVP is just that business partner that is on the level of the devil. Guys, continuing to speak about MJF, Gotta bring him up when we talk about the entire world title picture as a whole. It does look like they're doing, if anything on Dynamite was proved tonight, it shows they are pivoting. One, they're doing a Colt versus Mox rematch in a street fight, which, let's be honest, they probably should have done from the get-go. And I guarantee you on my freaking life right now, that match will actually be entertaining as shit next week in like a 15 minutes or so sprint of just chairs, spike, barbed wire, tables, and whatever, all this and that. And they actually will deliver the kind of match we expected at Revolution, and it'll top that. And we'll be like, that actually was entertaining and we liked it. And then Swerve, obviously, he has his world title match at Dynasty. They're not waiting anymore. Swerve is winning the belt at Dynasty to become a 2-time AEW World Champion. Basically, the show was Tony being like, Darby, we're not waiting for you, because he is showcasing the stacked amount of talent he has in the men's world title division right now, with Ospreay already saying he's going to be in the Owen. Jay White basically saying he's coming for the world championship. Christian Cage trying to get back to the world championship himself. Little cool thing with Nick Wayne. Kind of curious to see where that goes. And then, of course, MJF, who wants to get back to that world title. And in a confrontation with Hangman Adam Page, really, once again, struck home how Hangman keeps trying and failing to get back to the top of the mountain. And with those two, it's just a race about who can get back and become the first two-time and become the two-time AEW World Champion, like before the other. So it basically just tells you the Death Rider storyline is going to come to an end, at least in terms of the world title, at Dynasty. Darby can come back and feud with Jon Moxley, go on and all in, whatever all he wants, but it's not going to have the world title. The Death Rider stuff pretty much wraps up around the world title. Come Dynasty, Swerve will be the new champion. And then in terms of the Owen, gotta be honest, it's either going to be Ospreay versus Jay White, which I would take Will Ospreay, or harder choice, and who I honestly feel like it's going to really come down to in terms of who goes on to then face Swerve at All In. Both great options. Either Hangman versus Swerve or Ospreay versus Swerve. Both two incredible rematches and a continuation of sagas and stories that were great both last year and just the entire span of the rivalry in terms of Hangman versus Swerve. I could really see both sides. I could see Ospreay getting back to Swerve, main event of All In. I was there for their incredible match at Forbidden Door. He was so close. He was just so close. And maybe just 2 months later, if it was 2 months later, Ospreay could have been winning the AEW World Championship off of Swerve. I could see them running it back. Ospreay this time overcomes Swerve and is able to become AEW World Champion, which would be oh so great and feel oh so right. Hell, could give us a match at Forbidden Door with Ospreay versus Zack Sabre Jr. I mean, hell, we could do that match anyway. It could be for the world title. Or it's going to be Hangman. MJF continues to dig into Hangman, that he's going to keep just scratching and clawing, but ultimately failing the people that he doesn't even feel he deserves the love from them. We keep failing them and keep falling short of winning the AEW World Championship back. And it's been almost 3 years since he lost that belt to CM Punk. And his reign was good, but it definitely, especially with all the character development he's gone through, a second world title reign, dude, it would definitely blow the last ones out of the water. In between losing that world championship in the last 2.5 years, he's had a concussion, freaking wars with Jon Moxley, a personal grudge against Swerve, a freaking arson, and now he's going through a whole character arc where he's trying to get back to who he was before, or something completely brand new that is more true to him. Yeah, I just feel like the perfect way for that to get capped off is Hangman versus Swerve, really where this all began. And Hangman beats Swerve finally as a babyface and wins the AEW World Championship in the main event of All In, whatever. The world title scene is packed. Con for Darby, you're not getting that world title, bro. You picked Everest over freaking world title. It's a crazy choice, but you do you, bro. In terms of who's next after Swerve winning the world title, because he definitely is a dynasty, it's either Hangman or Ospreay. But dude, we're going to be eating so good these next few months. Hell, for the rest of this year. Because even after that, you got guys like Takeshita and Fletcher. Like, my God, dude. We are in for some fun stuff coming up. And it all begins after Dynasty, when Swerve becomes a 2-time AEW World Champion. And once again certifies that this is whose house? Swerve's house. Okay, you guys, that is Dynamite. We are done ski put in the rearview mirror. We are done. Solid show, but I feel like the next few weeks are really going to be kicking things up and amping it up along with Collision to get to Dynasty, which will be another all-time pay-per-view that I will be live in the arena for. But before we get to all that, we got SmackDown this Friday. We'll be here from the new United States champion 2 times over, LA Knight. Yeah. Was Cody gonna bitch and moan and try to be like, yo, I'm gonna make sure I stop Cena, this and this, when he ends up on Miz TV? Hell no, that ain't happening, and we're just gonna be only a few days away from the first appearance of heel John Cena on Monday Night Raw. Oh, it's going to be so sick. We got Dynasty coming up in 25 days. We got WrestleMania that comes up 2 weeks after that. You're not going to want to miss any of these shows going down. You're certainly not going to want to miss what your boy, the best gabber in the biz, has to say afterwards. So keep on liking, subscribing, and doing that other cool shit. And most importantly, keep on remembering that when it comes to talking wrestling, who better to gab with than Gabe right here. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed Dynamite tonight. A pivot is definitely about to occur, and I'm telling you, Dynasty is going to be even more peak than Revolution was, especially with that ending and a new world champion. It's going to be awesome. But until then, deuces, fuses, and I will see you guys after SmackDown this Friday. So go on, get out of here. I am done.